Hey guys, this is Elias with Supply, and today we're gonna import metabox custom fields using WP all import. Now let's get our file uploaded, like so. And now we're gonna select from this pull down properties, because this is the post type we wanna import, which we created with metabox. Now I'm gonna create new items because I don't have any properties here, as you can see. So let's continue to step 2. And here in step 2, we need to review our import file. Now, we do have 104 properties in this import file, and this is the data we want to import. So let's just continue to step 3. And here in step 3, we just need to drag and drop the values from this right panel into the fields we want those elements to go. Now, here we have the property name, so I'm going to drag and drop that into the title box. Now here we have the description. And there we go, that's it. We can hit preview, and here we have our data, right? So let's continue, guys. Here we have our images section, and I have my featured image here, which is what I'm gonna import here because I do have another gallery element and a floor plan, but those are gonna be imported using metabox. Now, for this example, I'm just gonna use the image feature here. So I'm gonna keep these options enabled, right? Especially this one that says set the first image to be the featured image. Now I'm gonna preview and test this just to make sure that WP import is able to access and download these images. Now you can see here the preview, but I'm gonna click on the run test button, and there you go. WP import is able to download this image, which means that this is working for us. Now let's continue. We don't need to use this custom field section because all of the custom fields we have created with metabox. So let's close this and open up the metabox add-on section. Now here you will find all of the group fields that you have created using metabox. So I'm going to enable that, and here they are, right? If I go here to properties and add a new one, you will see all of the fields we want to import in this example. We have an image advance here and the floor plan. Here we have a bunch of text fields, and here we have a great variety of other fields. Now let's get back to WP import, and here we're gonna start dragging and dropping some stuff. So let's start with the map address, which is here. Then the chart address, cool. And here we have the date first listed, which is a date picker field. Now we can add a value from here, and this will mean that all of these 104 properties will have the same value, but we don't want that because we want to use this element right here. Now WP import will use the str2time function to translate to whatever time format metabox is using to handle your custom fields. All right, so that will work. Now here for the availability, we have a similar scenario. We could select a value from here, but that will mean that all of these properties will have the same one. Now, I don't want to do that. I want to set this with XPath. And well, when you set things with XPath here, well, basically it just means that you can drag and drop a value like so and place it here. Now, if you do know what XPath is, then you know you can do all sorts of crazy stuff here. Now, if you don't worry, you don't need to know what XPath is or how any of that works to use WP import. It will just be handled for you, all right? Now here for the listings type, same situation. Let's use XPath, and here we have our listing type. Then we have here our price. Then for the amenities, same guys, you can select values from here. But if, for example, you select here pool, that will mean that all of these 104 properties will have pools within the amenities, and we don't want that because maybe some of them don't have pools, right? So set this with XPath, and if you hover on the question mark, it will give you some instructions on how to use XPath values. Now this amenities field is a checkbox field right here. So what does this mean? That this will have multiple values, right? So these multiple values, we will need to separate them with a comma. Now, luckily, I have here in my file these amenities separated with a comma. So I'm just going to drag and drop this like so, and WP import will import all of these amenities, right? And select them like so here. Cool. Now, here we have our square feet element. Bathrooms, same XPath, same with the bedrooms. All right, and here we have a very interesting import field, and that is a clonable group. Now in Metabox you can create clonable groups, and what this means is here we have our rooms field, and that room field has three subfields. It has name, measurement, and description. And if you click on the add more button, it will keep adding as many subgroups as you want. Now this is also known as a repeater field if you're coming from Jet Engine or ACF, right? Well, this works exactly the same. Now we have two ways of importing this clonable group. The first one is the fixed way, and this is for when you have a fixed number of subgroups that you want to import. For example, you have 3 rooms per property, only 3, right? And you have them separated in different elements. Well, you just need to add here 3 rows, like so, and drag and drop the elements into the subfields that they are supposed to go. Now, this is not our case, sadly, because here you can see we have the room's name, right? Then we have the room's measurement, and lastly we have the room's description. And all of this data is separated with pipes. You can see this is an element, this is another element, this is another element, right? And they are separated with pipes. And we have the same structure for the measurements and the description. So how this works is this hallway, right, has these measurements and it has this description, right? So this living room has these measurements and it has this description, right? And this is really not the most interesting thing about this. You can see here we have, well, a bunch of rooms, right? But here in this second one, we have a lot more. So this is a variable number of rooms per property. So we need to use the variable CSV mode. Now I'm going to enable this ignore blank fields option because it says if the value of the element or column in your file is blank, it will be ignored. Use this option when some records in your file have a different number of repeating elements than others. Now this is our case, right? And the separator character is a pipe too. So we just need to drag and drop these values like so. All right. And then WPL import will create as many subgroups as needed. Cool. Now here, guys, we have the gallery field. So I'm going to drag and drop that gallery here. And here in this gallery field, we have this URL, right? This is an image. So if I copy this and open it in my browser, you will see the image here, which is coming from an external server. Now it's separating other images with pipes. So I'm going to need to place here a pipe element, right? And with this, WPL import will be able to download all of these images and attach them to our properties. Now I'm going to enable this option to search through the media library for existing images before importing new ones. And what this will do is prevent WPL import from downloading duplicate images. Use that. And I'm going to do the same with the floor plan, like so. Cool. Then I'm going to drag and drop the agent name, phone, email, and link for more details. Now guys, with this, we have everything we need with the Metabox import add-on. If you have any other questions about how this works, you can check out the other videos in our channel, go to our website at wplimport.com, or just contact our support team and we will be more than happy to help you out. Now guys, let's just wrap this up and continue to step 4. And here in step 4, you need to choose a unique identifier and drag and drop it like so in this box. If you want to know more, you can read this text, but if you don't want to overthink this too much, just click on the auto attack button and WPL import will take care of that for you. Now guys, these settings, I'm going to leave them as they are. You can hover on the question marks and it will show you a brief description of what this option does. Now these are basically for when you need to rerun this import, what happens when you run this import. Should it create new items? Should it update existing items? What data you want to actually update? What happens is some of the records have been removed from this import file after you have created them, right? Well, you can control all of that here. And here we have these scheduling options, which are very powerful, guys, because it will allow you to run this import automatically on a schedule. Say you want to update these properties because maybe you have them coming from a provider, right, with a feed or whatever. Well, you can run this import daily, and that way you will have the latest data from that file, right? You can combine this with these options too. So maybe you can remove some properties that are missing or whatever. And we have other videos on this and more docs on this. So if this is something that interests you, just same as before, contact our support team or check out the other videos in our channel. Now let's just continue and run this import. And this will take a minute or two while WP All Import downloads all of the images. So I'm gonna pause the video here and come back when it's ready. Alright guys, so WP All Import is finished importing our metabox fields. Let's see how our properties came in. Alright, so we have 104 properties, and this is great because this is the number of properties we expected. Now, let's just take a look here in the front end and see what's going on here. Alright, so we have this beautiful website here, and there you go, here are our properties. Now, let's just open this one up, see what's going on here. Alright, so we have our gallery, which is always a good sign because that means our images were imported correctly. Alright, and then we have here our title, the short address, price, availability, location, the map address, the description, the amenities, the rooms repeater. Then we have here the agent information. So this is looking real nice, guys. Now, let's see how this looks here in the edit properties page. We have here a title, description, feature image, and all of the different fields are here too. So this is nice. Here we have our rooms repeater. So this is looking real good, guys. Now, here in the media tab, we have our gallery field, which is, this is an image advanced field, guys, in case you were wondering. And here we have our floor plan, which is a single image field. And finally, we have here our 4 simple text fields for the agent info. Now, guys, this is pretty much it. This is how you import metabox custom fields using WP All Import and the metabox import add-on. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more about how to import or export other metabox data, or maybe if you're using ACF or Jet Engine to handle your custom fields and your post types and whatnot, or perhaps you may be wondering how to import or export other WooCommerce data, well, you can do all of that with WP All Import and WP All Export. Check out the other videos in our channel and go to our website at wpallimport.com. See you next time.